Hey, what's up guys? This is Owned by Range, aka Danny, and I've been getting a lot of messages and comments asking what I think of the combat beta and if it would affect learning in my point of view. Note that anything I do say in this video is just my opinion and my opinion only, so if if you disagree, feel free to let me know and tell me how you feel in the comments after the video. I did put some of the dungeoneering in the background, so if you really don't want to watch it, you can go ahead and minimize and just listen to what I have to say if you're one of the people that wanted this. So you can go back to your skilling, whatever. I haven't written anything down, so pardon me if I get off topic. First of all, I just want to say, that Jagex have been updating the game, for years now, right? And every day they make changes to the game, but people seem to adapt to them. For example, I actually used to skill myself and play the game on a daily basis. Some heavy hours, and you can look me up on the high scores. I actually got far. But I've lost interest now though, because nowadays I just get on to low, and this is because I've lost interest in the game because of the updates that they make. For example, I actually used to hybrid until around the time that the Barrow's armor changed the way it looked. Around then I did stop. By the way, if you do want to hybrid me, have some fun, just message me on YouTube and we can get something going on. It would be fun. For fuck's sake, got off topic again. Yeah, combat beta. I went to play on it the other day, and basically it sucks out all of the skill from the game. Clicking a bunch of buttons and just fucking violating your keyboard. Will get you where you need to be in the game with beta being out. Like people may say, yeah, well, nowadays it's just the same thing. No skills required to play the game. Blah blah blah. And with beta being out, there will be more options and more skill, to play from. But I'm sorry, but I disagree with that, because all you gotta do is click random fucking shit on your keyboard and spam it out, and that's it. You got yourself some skill right there. You yourself some fucking kills in the wilderness. But I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube trying to get Jagex to make separate servers, like old graphic servers, and they're willing to pay for it or some shit. I don't know. I have a few friends myself that do play Sixscape or some shit. I don't know what it's called anyway, but it's like, think about it. Alright, do you really want to start all over again and waste another 10 years? Like, give me a break. Think about it, dude. But people are, Jagex are always on top of things, basically trying to match themselves with other games, like the graphics, the gameplay. There are numerous things that they're doing just to compete with the top selling games today. Jagex has been blind to what the RS community wants, especially now, because time by time RS is dying, and that is true whether you believe it or not. RS is decreasing in value to all of the players that used to play it and that will play it in the future. You know, when was the last time they made an update and the RS community didn't like it and they took it away? Apart from the wilderness and free trade, and even then it took them 2 years to put it back in. So that's the only thing I can think of, at least right now. I mean, if you can think of anything else that Jagex have turned around, an update that they've turned around besides that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, Jagex will do this, and it's almost certain. So I agree, it will be bad. I looked into the forums and you see people ranting, but the thing, at the same time, you have to remember that there are new people in this game that start playing a few months ago, a year ago, people who weren't around to see what the old game was like. Those are the people who support these changes. If you think about it, most of the old school players have already given up on Jagex and quit a long time ago. But you got these people now, the new people, they're supporting these new updates. They're like, oh, it's cool that I look like, the Wizard of Oz when I'm wearing my fucking mystics. Like, give me a break. So, there are always going to be people that like the updates and people that don't, and even the people that don't, they still they have to adapt to it, and that's what people that are playing nowadays do. They just adapt to it, and they move on. I mean, that's what it is. It is what it is. You know, I know a few lures myself who have given up from just hearing about the beta, because a lot of people actually know that they will stick with this. Even though I honestly hope they don't, but if they do, this will affect luring in a lot of ways. People keep asking me, how is it, and how is it going to change? I mean, there are a lot of ways that it can affect luring. When you say luring, you have to ask yourself what methods. For example, the wilderness lure that we do can be affected in many ways. At least I heard that you can't cast a TB unless you're in combat with that person, which results in an instant tap right away. I have to check into that, but yeah, and apparently the high ancient spells, freeze time has been decreased, and on top of that there is this range attack thingy that you can do, and it drags you like a map away. It drags you back, and that means you can drag yourself from like level 3 to the ditch with no problem, and failing the lure. Now, I realize it's just a beta, and there will be combat rework, and it will be a little different, but the main aspect is still there. And for luring like wilderness luring, that's what all I have to say about. But if they're like gamers grotto luring and the different portals, most of them require special attacks, and with special attacks are going to be nerfed, so it eliminates all these luring methods. And now we do realize that luring methods come up often, and there will always be new methods that come out with, but with this update it's gonna be really difficult. Like, it's not all that very easy. If they do stick with this, which most of us are positive of, it'll affect how basically a lot of things, how they work: luring, pures, hybriding, RuneScape, clan warring. I'm sure a lot of people will just hate it and quit. But until then, that's just my point of view. Tell me what your opinion is. Tell me in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it. Tell me how you feel about this yourself, and keep an eye out for this giveaway soon. I'll be announcing that myself. This is Danny, owned by Range. Thanks for watching.